Good afternoon or good evening. This is Greg from the Dapper Man here with Victor from Rems Smoke Shop here in Grand Junction, Colorado. Today we're actually going to be smoking the My Father Flor de las Antilles.
Yeah, Flor de las Antilles and Antilles.
Okay.
One or the other, they're all right.
All right.
Great cigar here.
Okay.
Good Nicaraguan Puro. Beginning to end, you know, sun-grown Nicaraguan on the outside to wrap it with. You got a Nicaraguan binder the whole way through, and the same thing inside. You got Nicaraguan filler with a bunch of good filler, and it's all obviously long fill. Great cigar.
Very good. And this is the first time I've actually smoked one of these. Ticona was giving me some of the raspberries earlier for not having one of these before.
It's definitely one you got to add to your repertoire of cigar sticks. It's just one of a kind smoke. Very good for My Father. If you ever had any from My Father, I don't have to say much of anything besides just kind of try it out at least one time, you know, because it's very good.
So give us a second to light these up, and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We've just lit these up, taken our first few puffs. Excuse me.
All right, man.
Happens to me at least once a cigar.
Yeah, you know, you try to get that first taste. Sometimes it gets you a little by surprise.
So what are you tasting right off the bat?
You know, as soon as you get this guy going, I ignore that first little bit, but the first thing you get from My Father, and it's very much there, it's a lot of that pepper. And it's very much peppery.
Yeah,
there's no other way to describe that, you know. Very smooth though for being as peppery as it is. It doesn't really just destroy your tongue right off the bat. It's gentle enough, you know, but very prominent.
So Cigar Aficionado says this is the 2012 Cigar of the Year. It was rated 96 by Cigar Aficionado, and they say that it has notes of cocoa, pepper, sweet cedar, and earth. Definitely that first puff was definitely a lot of pepper. That's why, you know, it caught me off guard a little bit. But I'm definitely getting some of that cocoa. Definitely on the finish. But as you can see, we're just now into it. So give us a few more minutes. We'll actually see what it tastes like about a third of the way in. So because this is such a small cigar, this is what, a 5x5?
Yeah, it's like a 5x52 exactly.
Just what, a Bellicoso?
Little Robusto actually.
Yeah.
It's they just box press it, so it's kind of deceiving. The whole box is box pressed. Good cigar.
So give us a few minutes. Absolutely. So give us a few minutes to get in here a little bit, and we'll come back with our first third review, and then we'll do a middle third and then a final third. All right. Okay, we're about half an inch, 3/4 of an inch in.
A little bit so. Great ash.
So we just want to give an update on what we're tasting.
So what are you getting, Greg?
I'm definitely getting a lot of the cocoa, a lot of the earth. Not getting the cedar, but that's really more of a mild note.
That's strange because I'm picking up a lot more of the cedar than I'm picking up anything else. To be honest, I still get a lot of that pepper and a lot of that cedar now. So I've never really, you know, thought about it that hard, but yeah, I do get a lot more of that cedar now.
Okay. Maybe a little bit on the retrohale.
Yeah, I can't seem to pick up that cocoa.
Interesting. What do you think of the construction so far?
Oh, man, just judging by the way that thing burns, nice and solid, the whole way around straight. My Father, it just proved themselves over and over again.
And I think you were saying this is their first medium-bodied cigar.
Yeah, according to everything they've got, this is their first ever all medium-bodied experience. You know, flavor and strength. Okay. But man, I smoked a couple of My Father stuff, and to me, they all seem to be about that perfect amount of strength, not too strong. Good. You know.
Okay. So we're going to continue smoking down a little bit. Once we get about a third of the way in, we'll give you another flavor update. Okay, we're back. We're about a third of the way through the cigar, and you were saying you're still getting that. We're getting that sweet cedar.
Yeah, so I was getting that cedar at first, and now it's more sweet than it was just plain cedar, and that peppery has smoothed out so much. It's nowhere in there anymore, and it's just completely turned into just sweet cedar for myself. Still burning amazing. Still doing great.
getting a little bit of that cedar, but then for me it's just overwhelmed by that cocoa.
Is it?
And then it's finishing off with coffee.
Huh.
Yeah. As you can see, the ash is just holding on. It's 100% longleaf filler, so that'll help keep it going, and it won't flake off as easily for you. The burn, still not razor sharp, but still pretty good. I'm not having to touch it up at all yet.
Very consistent.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
Yep. So we're going to continue here. We'll probably be back closer to the band, and then we'll give you some more tasting notes. All right, definitely at the third of the way mark now. What do you think?
Took a little break. I was a little busy in the actual store, but continue it down a little bit, and I'm still getting those sweet notes. You know, they're not as heavy still, but they're still there. Thank you, Tony, for the back stuff.
Yeah, we had the peanut gallery watching us today, making faces.
We got all sorts of cool stuff going on in the lounge too. So, but even then, I'm trying to pick up that cocoa, and maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just draw of the cigar or
different
something.
palates.
It could be, but I just cannot get that cocoa at all whatsoever. But the peppery comes back in notes.
Yeah,
so
especially on the retrohale. I did a retrohale earlier, and it definitely cleaned out my sinuses.
Yeah.
Which is why I love to do it.
Yeah, the pollen here in Colorado is very deadly this time of year, so that really sucks.
Yeah. And again, the ash is just hanging on there. Oops.
Dang.
Speaking of that, as soon as we say that, it just falls off.
My luck.
So we'll be back in just a couple more minutes again as we get closer to the band, and we'll give you another update.
Have fun, guys.
All right, we're back. We're pretty close to the band here. My ash finally fell off. It's why I always keep a brush here in the lounge. That way when I get it all over my shirt or whatever, I can just brush it off, keep my clothes fresh. Victor, how's your cigar doing?
It's getting a little hot, and I think it's just because, like I said, I like a full open draw, and I'm probably just smoking a little too hard on that thing. But it's still consistent. That cedar is still there. I'm still getting the peppery notes. Hasn't changed a whole bunch either. Other than that, it's still doing great.
Okay.
You know,
I'm definitely getting more of the cedar now. Definitely getting a little bit of the pepper. I like that even though I'm getting the pepper, it's very, very smooth. It's very creamy.
Yeah, if you ever tried anything else too, once again, all the other My Father stuff, everything has a very sharp, peppery note to it sometimes. My other favorite too is La Dueña. Okay. And that is another one that just has very heavy, peppery notes, but they're balanced. They're really, really well balanced.
Absolutely, really balanced.
Really, really tasty cigar. That's definitely another one to put on your list as well too, if you never had it.
Yeah, definitely on the finish, it's turning into kind of a sweet cocoa now for me.
Yeah, the cedar.
Yeah, definitely transforming into a sweet cocoa.
I completely get cedar nonstop.
Okay. So we're going to smoke down. We'll probably take the bands off here in just a minute, and then we'll smoke a little bit more, get into the final third, and give you our thoughts on that. All right, we're back. We're pretty close to the final third here. Victor, you said you had to touch yours up?
Yeah, I just touched it up a little bit. It was running a little on the side there. Nothing too bad though. Yeah. It was literally towards the end, so I have no complaints on that.
Absolutely. Any changes in the flavor?
You know, at this point, it's just become one big mix of a good, nice, cedar, and I don't even have that peppery taste anymore. It just became just nice cedar, really nice, still super smooth to the end. Yeah. And man, this is don't pass the cigar. This is a good cigar, seriously.
Definitely getting the cedar now, definitely getting some of that sweet cocoa on the finish. Getting the spice on the retrohale, definitely.
Are you?
Oh yeah.
I tried doing some retrohales. I can't not.
Yeah.
I just cannot do them too much. They get my nose running.
Absolutely. But
other than that, man, good finish.
Very good. So we're going to smoke them down a little bit more, give you a final thoughts and recommendations. All right, we're back here with the final third of our cigar. We're down to the nub. Has yours turned?
Yes, it did. It got a little hot and way hotter than before. So now it's literally, to me, it tastes like burnt wood, but still finished off great. And that peppery taste is still there, though. It still helps it out towards the end, you know. Seriously though, still recommend it. And for being a cigar that's been around for
what, 6 years now?
Something like 6 years. It hasn't changed price. I mean, we still sell it for
So
I think $8.25 or $8.50, and I'd be surprised if you find it any more than that. I mean, it just hasn't changed. They've been persistent. Definitely add it to your smokes, and definitely at least pick one or two of these up.
Yeah.
You know.
So this is the first time I've actually had this cigar. Mine started to turn. One trick that I do is I blow through the cigar so that it kind of redistributes that tar that builds up as you smoke it. That's why I almost always nub my cigars.
Okay.
The construction is fantastic. I haven't actually had to touch it up. It's kind of evened itself out. Taste is really good. You know, getting that cedar, getting that sweet cocoa. Didn't get a lot of the earth. Definitely got some of the pepper on the retrohale.
Yeah, we were talking about that same earthy thing too, and I don't know, that earth taste is just so, it's in every single cigar, so I don't even bother looking for it anymore.
Yeah.
You know.
Good early morning cigar though. It's very nice and light. I would say it's kind of a medium light to medium cigar.
Yeah, medium full if you know if you're maybe a more beginner kind of smoker, so it is going to be a little stronger for you. But if you're a seasoned smoker, if you're a guy that smokes every time, this thing would be perfect for waking up, having a coffee, and just enjoying your morning out on the patio, or heck, maybe you're lucky enough to smoke in the house. Who knows, you know? So.
Well, that's all for the cigar review. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. You can subscribe to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button and hit the little bell icon to get notified when I post a new video. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest at The Dapper Man US, and the website is thedapperman.org. I hope you have a fantastic day, whatever's left of it, and just have a fantastic day.
Enjoy your cigars, guys. Thank you. Well, maybe I'm tugging a little hard or something, but I'm getting a little hard. God, man. Sorry, I can't even.
All right, you want to start over?
We can start, if you want to start over, we can start that. Oh, fuck, guys.
This is raspberry Coca-Cola.
It's great. All right, so
let's try that again.
You can chop that, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, I can fix that. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Coming back to it.